Hello again, Patricia.
Hi, David.
Good afternoon again to everybody. This is our second video, our first real story. That was just the introduction we had before. And you suggested a very interesting subject. You said I was born in a great time. So we're going to try to talk about the 1930s, the good, the bad, and the windy. So please start.
I remember the Depression. When it was the chickens were laying fewer and fewer eggs, cows giving less and less milk. I remember one time my mother sent me out to get the eggs, and she said, "Be really careful not to break it." And I understood how important it was about food because we were really counting everything. And I think I was about 4, and she says, "Be sure and hold tight to it so it doesn't break." And I actually held it so tight I broke. It's kind of hard to break an egg shell.
Hold it tight, but don't squeeze it.
And I broke that egg, and I felt so bad. But I do remember a few of those things about the Depression. But I think I was born at a great time because you're formed by the things that happened during your lifetime, and
The vicissitudes of life.
right. And I learned how to appreciate things. My family is very frugal, so we didn't waste. But that's a great important lesson
Absolutely.
because you can't appreciate unless you have not had.
That's right.
And so you learn to value things, but we learn to value most of all each other, because that's the one thing that stayed. It didn't change.
Like the constant.
The family's love and the faith didn't change, no matter how difficult things became. That was in place. But also, I was born at a great time because we got through the Depression and the drought. But we came out to California then during the drought time because
Right.
we lost our farm. But then the war came to us here in 41. We were living in Lancaster. We came home from church, and my dad turned the radio on, and the president, Roosevelt, said, "We are at war." I'll never
Sounds
forget those
ominous.
words.
Yes, very
Yes.
ominous.
And so, of course, that changed everybody's lives.
How did it change your life, your family's life, the Torrance?
It's one of the reasons we moved up here, because my father was the village blacksmith in the Ozarks, and when he came out here after he'd had a few jobs, he started his own business, and was a blacksmith because he knew how to help build farm implements. And but we had shipped all of our iron to Japan.
Remind us your father's name, please.
Cletus. And he, so that he couldn't get scrap iron anymore. And so he had to close down his business.
That was in the mid-30s.
This is 41 now.
It's already 41. Okay, so you're...
So my father got a job up here in West End, which during that time, West End was a chemical company just 5 miles aside of Trona.
Which is not too far from here, right at the entrance
25.
of... Yeah, at the entrance of Death Valley.
And they were chemical companies.
Right.
Since that time, West End has been bought out by Trona, so people don't remember the name West End as the name of the
So
town.
your father got a job
As a welder.
as a welder.
And he came home on the weekends. And
In Lancaster.
In Lancaster. Because we kept thinking the war would be over, And the war lasted much longer than people anticipated that it would.
He was not recruited, he was a little older. So.
He was, but having so many children.
Right, yeah.
And so, that later, but finally my mother said she was tired of us being away, and she said, "Why don't we just move up there?" "Oh, you wouldn't like it," she said. Of course, he was thinking of Trona and West End.
Yeah.
But she said, "Well, let me go see." So we came, he brought her to Ridgecrest, and they bought a little house, had grass in the yard and a tree, so she liked that. For the desert, she liked that a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remembered during the war years how it affected me. I remember the the dread of the when they had air raids or in school, everybody would scramble under their desks, and we had. But then at night, when they would have the they would practice, of course. We never knew if it was real or not.
Right.
And when we would hear the airplanes coming over our house, we didn't know if they were enemy planes.
Right.
We lived very near LA. That was one of the fears, was that some of the Japanese fishermen had actually been preparing for the war, so we didn't know what to expect out of LA. But anyway, but you didn't even dare light a candle, because there were wardens that walked around, and if you had a candle, it could be seen in your window. They knocked on your door. So, but I remember one of the things I think I dreaded most. Our neighbor we were in school. The children were in school together, and her older brother was in the service. And Martin.
Your neighbor Martin.
And we always were looking at, every day the paper would come out and tell who were missing in action,
Right.
and those that were killed in battle. And every day you looked to see if their names were in the paper. And it was a dreadful time. We lost a lot of people.
A lot of young people.
A lot of people. And
anybody in your family?
no, I had people. My uncles were in the war, but we didn't lose.
Your father's brothers?
My mother's
your
brothers.
mother's brothers.
And then,
You
but
know
then we moved
you remember their names?
Yes, Millard Caudell was one who was in Germany, and it changed him. He didn't talk much about it, but he did say he drove a tank, and he said going through the towns in Germany and not being able to even look at the collateral damage was just, he never recovered from that.
And your other uncle was also
I think that was the only uncle I had.
only
one.
in the military. Did Miller Cordell, your uncle, did he reach any of the concentration camps?
No.
No.
Now my husband joined the Navy just at the very end of the war. He's one of the first ones, one of the last ones in and the last ones out. He went in the Navy at 17.
Is
Fred Farris.
Frederick.
Fred
Farris. I'm reminding the audience because we have a lot of information in other videos, so I'm going to probably mention names, ask again, because some people might only watch this video. Please continue.
So, he was not during wartime. It was not.
But he did join at the end,
Navy,
just at the
and
end.
his father was a chaplain in the army, and was a colonel, and so we had military people.
Tell us how you met Fred.
We met in college.
What college did you go
At Southwest Baptist University
to? Where?
in Oliver, Missouri.
In Missouri,
Uh-huh.
all the way from California, you went to
I
Missouri.
did, because I didn't want to go to, because my plans then were to become a missionary, and that had been the childhood, that had been what I thought I was childhood, my work would be.
But there was a lot of Baptist university colleges here in California.
I particularly wanted to go to a Southern Baptist.
Southern Baptist.
And the closest one would have been Texas, but I had family that lived in Springfield, Missouri, about 30 miles from Florida, so that worked out really well, so I could be close to some family, because I was only 17 when I went.
I see. So you met Fred when you were quite young. Was he your age also?
He's almost 3 years older than I.
He was almost 3 years older than you.
He had come back out of the Navy and come to this.
Tell us
to school.
briefly how you met. This is fascinating.
We were. He was dating another girl, and I was dating another young man, and we were going flying. And
As in an
my
airplane?
date, yeah.
Yes.
My husband was a pilot, but my boyfriend was a pilot, and so we were going flying, two couples, and
In the same plane.
the same plane.
Okay.
And I didn't pay much attention to my boyfriend, and he didn't pay much attention to his girlfriend.
I understand. Who was flying the plane? I want to know.
His name was Dick Clark, and he was my name.
Dick Clark, not the Dick Clark. Is that the Dick Clark we know from the shows?
No, it's not that Dick Clark.
Not that Dick Clark. Okay.
But anyway,
So Dick Clark was flying the plane.
uh-huh.
So there was enough time for you to have a conversation with Fred.
And so Fred had just recently bought a little Ford car, 38 I think it was, and he called me up and said, "There's a Ford in your future."
That's an interesting.
How he asked me for a date.
That's a very interesting way to propose a date.
But he was very charming. He was always the life of the party.
And he was a great musician. You said,
Yes,
did he sing, play an instrument?
He played the piano and sang.
Wow.
And so miss him a lot.
I'm sure.
But
how many years has it been since he?
2001.
17. But he's with you all the time.
That is so true, and he's so with me and my children.
Yes.
Even though I certainly miss him, but my children have been so close to me and remain so close, and they're so like him that it's.
Well, you know, in the Jewish faith, which I happen to be Jewish, there's an expression. The rabbi explains that when someone's son, every time you mention their name, they come alive through the mentioning of their name. Besides the acts of kindness that you do and talk about what they did in their life, they continue to live in the presence of others, unseen, that is.
And that is so true, David, and I think that's why it's so important that as we pour our lives into others while we're in this life, then we have that of them when they go on, they're still in our
That's
lives.
right, there's a continuity.
But there was a woman here, her name is Katie Mechtenberg. People in this
Who's
community.
Katie Mechtenberg?
She has worked with the Catholic priest and just goes and knocks on people's door when they lose someone and
Right.
counsels them. She was one of 10 children, but she was a great.
Wonderful.
She loved to help people make that adjustment, and she
Right.
said, practice their presence.
Practice her. That's a wonderful Kathy Mechtenberg.
And so, but that wasn't new to me because when you're that close, in fact, I had to understand that as my husband was ill for a while before he went on, but it was made real to me not long before he died that when I thought about that he's going to leave this life, and it came to me so strongly. I felt like it was a prompting. No, it's one life. I mean, you think about that, and we would hold on to the ugly chrysalis rather than seeing the butterfly.
Right.
So we can't cut people short of their wings.
That's right.
And so it was that was really helpful to me. It's one life. You just change your dwelling places.
Changing the dwelling places. Well, on this note, I think we're going to change our dwelling places as it's getting a little chilly
It is
here.
getting
It's unusual for the desert. It's always very sunny until the end of the day. But a wonderful, wonderful story. What the 1930s, why it was a special and a very important time in your life. And we're going to continue our stories. Thank you very much for sharing with us today. It got a little chilly, so we're going to stop this story right
It feels
here.
like a few sprinkles of rain. Do you feel it? We're feeling just a few sprinkles.
Yes, somebody up there is telling us something.
We're getting christened, I guess.
We're getting christened, exactly. And I like what you said, though, when I introduced myself. I said, oh, I'm Jewish. I have a Jewish friend. That was very, very nice. Pat says, Jesus, that's my Jewish friend. That was very nice. On this note, I want to thank you, Patricia. And we'll see you soon with another story. Thank you for watching. This is David Livianu with Patricia Farris. Beautiful Inyo Kern village, right next door, a few miles from Ridgecrest in the eastern Sierra region of the Mojave Desert, Southern California. Absolutely idyllic, a beautiful place. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Something I want to remind you of,
Yes.
you might want to bring into this.
Yes.
Being Jewish, you'd appreciate this. There's a song that says, as the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so is my love round about you.
Can you repeat that again for our listeners? That's a beautiful thing. I think they need to hear
As
that.
the mountains are round about Jerusalem, So my love is round about you. And this valley, we're totally surrounded by mountains. I think that speaks to it, the beauty of this, and it's a special place.
I'm glad you made
As
that
the mountains
connection.
surround about this valley.
Yes. You know, I drive through, when I go to Los Angeles, I happen to, my only living family besides my wife and two children, Jessica, Jacob, and Bogdana Bogi, I have my only relative that was born in Israel, of course from Romanian parents, and I have one of their CDs with Israeli music, very famous music. When I drive through from Los Angeles on 14, I put the CD and I feel like I'm in the Negev desert in Israel. With the music, you know, and now you reminded me, that's a wonderful, wonderful comment, and it does speak to the beauty of
This valley.
It's absolutely astonishing. But we're
When I first came here during the war, we moved up here during World War II.
yes,
And when I felt so safe here because I felt like the mountains here with Mountain Olympics, the big granite
right,
mountain, and all the mountains here, it was like a fortress.
right,
Because I felt separated from that fear of LA.
right.
And I just felt so safe here.
For those viewers that might not know, we're at about 2,500 feet altitude on a flat plateau surrounded by a lot of mountains, and we're about 100 miles close to anywhere. Isn't that the Idiot Current logo? We're 100 miles close to everywhere.
Yeah,
Exactly. So we're in the middle of a flat area, beautiful, just astonishing. So thank you for sharing. That was a nice closing before the rain comes. So
It is. Sprinkly, isn't that
yeah,
nice?
sprinkly. Thank you.